Finally, Season 3 has arrived in Modern Warfare 2, so here we have the brand new battle rifle called the Cronen Squall. So we're going to go over the class setup that I do recommend, and we're also going to be talking about some stats and also comparing it to the other battle rifles in the game, just to see if this gun is actually viable in Modern Warfare 2. So make sure to stick around, subscribe if you're new, and also leave a like on the video if you do appreciate these kind of videos. So let's just get right into it. So this is the Cronen Squall, and I dubbed this one the balanced class setup. Because one thing you have to know about the Squall is that it's one of those weapons that are pretty heavy as far as movement goes. You know, it's a battle rifle at the end of the day. It's not meant to be on par with a SMG as far as movement and aim down sight speed. Another thing you have to know is that it has a very high fire rate. So with that said, you're going to need the 30-round magazine. So this is why I do recommend using it, because if you're going to be using this weapon, you definitely do need to have as much ammo as possible, or else you're going to be reloading like literally every single second after you get another kill. Now for the underbarrel, I'm going with the 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗠 underbarrel, mainly because this gives us the least amount of cons as far as ADS penalty. And with Season 2 Reloaded, if you guys aren't aware, they actually made the penalties on the aim down sight speed for all underbarrels as minimal as possible, which is really nice. And the 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗠 gives us the least amount out of all of the underbarrels in the game. So for my tuning, I went with 0.18 ounces towards that hip recoil control and 0.27 towards that aim down sight speed. Next up for the rear grip, I went with the Extend rear grip, and for my tuning, I went with 0.77 towards that recoil steadiness and 0.38 towards aiming auto stability. Now you can't see this because of my face cam, but I am using a comb, and I'm using the 𝗧𝗍𝗡𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧 comb. So this is the attachment right here. This will help us with sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. And for the tuning, I went with 0.23 towards aim walking speed and 0.14 towards that aiming auto stability. Now for my stock, I'm using the B13 pad for my stock. And for tuning, I went with 2.58 towards aim walking steadiness and 1.55 towards that aiming auto stability. This attachment is going to help out with the movement, the mobility in general, especially since we're rocking that 30-round magazine. We are going to need some attachments to balance that out, and that's exactly why we're using this attachment right here. So I just want to show you guys a quick demo of what this actually looks like in the firing range. Now the recoil isn't actually all that bad until you get out to those longer ranges, which is why I was mentioning the high fire rate, and you have to keep that in mind as well. This is going to be best used from close to mid-range, so that would be about this guy and this guy here as well. Now for some people, the recoil may be a little too jumpy, but this is one of those guns that you're just going to have to learn how to use because, like I said, it has a high fire rate, and if we try to build the weapon to handle more recoil, then the gun is just going to be super slow. And I feel like it's not fun that way, especially in multiplayer. Multiplayer is supposed to be fast-paced, but of course everyone else has their own preferences as well. And there you go, man. That last guy is incredibly difficult. That guy must be around 50 plus meters back there. And you know, that's typically not really that common in at least the multiplayer maps that we get in. See how difficult it is to get that guy in the back. Yeah, yeah, this is absolutely chalk. Yeah, I got pretty lucky with that shot. Now let's take a look at the recoil pattern here. I just want to show you something really quickly with the recoil pattern. So something interesting with the recoil pattern is that, of course, it is mostly vertical, but it also does have a hint of horizontal to it. Now, here's a little tip, okay? So you can use the semi-auto. So you do that by clicking left on your D-pad on your controller. And you would only use this for situations where you have an opponent that's at long range. You have no choice but to engage. So this would definitely be a lot more convenient for these kind of situations where you do the single shot, and it is a two-shot out to that 50 plus meter range, which is absolutely amazing. And then check out these headshots. Literally a one-shot headshot. All right, let me get that aim right there. There you go. One shot headshot if you switch to the semi-auto. Now, let me go back to the full auto. So if I go back to the full auto, that's one, and it's a two-shot. It's a two-shot to the head with full auto. So, of course, at longer ranges, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but that's something that is nice to know. If you want to go ahead and abuse the heck out of this weapon, you could switch to the semi-auto. And you know what? It's not even that bad as a semi-auto as well. And like I said, it helps you control that recoil if you are having trouble with the full auto. Now, the full auto, I do recommend for smaller maps. And also, you got to keep in mind to switch to your semi-auto for longer range engagement type of maps. All right, so I did some basic testing in a private match. I wanted to find out how powerful is this weapon, especially when we're targeting the headshots, upper torso, lower torso, and the limbs. And we also did the testing in full auto as well as semi-auto, just to see if there actually was a difference, because you know, with battle rifles, they do have that tendency to have differing stats when you're using semi-auto versus full auto. So for headshots in full auto, we get 2 shots to kill up to this 33-meter range. And then for our semi-auto, we have a 1-shot kill up to this 29-meter range, which is absolutely insane. And then a 2-shot kill out to 30 meters and beyond. So, you know, really the choice is up to you. What do you want to take advantage of? You want to take advantage of more power or just have an easier gun to use in a multitude of situations by using full auto. Now for the upper torso, we have a 3-shot kill up to this 47-meter range. And then on the lower torso, we have a 3-shot kill as well, but at a shorter range at 32 meters. And then for the limbs, we have 3-shot kill as well up to this 32-meter range. So from this data, we can see that the lower torso and the limbs share the same exact damage profiles. So no matter if you hit the lower torso or the limbs, you're still going to get the same amount of shots it takes to kill. And then also the same exact ranges. You are going to have more an advantage, more flexibility with the upper torso. So you still get a 3-shot kill up to this 47-meter range, which is very, very flexible. And then of course the headshots, it's a 2-shot headshot up to this 33-meter range, which is still pretty good in my opinion, especially for a full auto. Now when we're talking about the semi-auto, as you can see here, if you compare the shots it takes to kill, this is just absolutely insane. 2-shot up to this 45-meter range, which is more than sufficient enough for most of the maps in multiplayer, which is crazy. You know, you can even put like an optic on your weapon and you can scope people out from long ranges and still be able to get that 2-shot kill. And for the lower torso, we have a 2-shot kill as well, only up to this 29-meter range. So you have to be mindful of that. So I would definitely say try to get those upper torso kills as much as you possibly can if you're gonna go semi-auto, but also take advantage of this headshot if you're ever up close and personal with your opponent. And then for the limbs, this was pretty interesting. I found that it was a 3-shot kill and there was an infinite range. I went out to 75 meters unless this is a bug or whatever, but 3-shot kill for the limbs. But you know, that's really mainly one of the least targeted areas that we're going to be shooting opponents at anyway. I would definitely say the upper torso and the headshots is what we should be aiming for since it is a larger part of the body that we're likely to hit. All right, so every time there's a new weapon in Modern Warfare 2, I like to compare it to the current guns in that specific category. So here we have all of our available battle rifles in Modern Warfare 2 right now, and this is actually looking at the headshot profiles for the amount of shots it takes to kill, as well as it includes the ranges. This is on sim.gg. It's a nice website that pulls data out from the game itself and then puts it onto this website. So the website is not updated right now, but that's why I went ahead and did the hand testing myself. So taking a look at this to the naked eye, it's pretty clear that the F-TAC Recon and the LACMAN 762 still have a 1-shot headshot up to about this 21-meter range, and then the LACMAN has a 17-meter range for a 1-shot headshot. And then just taking a look at my stats here for the Cronen Squall, it is a 2-shot up to this 33-meter range. So this is the 2-shot up to this 33-meter range right here. It is in line with the TAC-V as well as the 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗖𝗍, but it is not as good as the F-TAC Recon and the LACMAN 762 as far as headshots go. Now let's take a look at upper torso stats here. So for the upper torso, it is quite clear we do have some winners of the F-TAC Recon, the LACMAN 762, and the 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗍. So this is a 2-shot, and the most range we get here is 42 meters. So with our new battle rifle here, it's a 3-shot up to that 47-meter range. So you're taking a look at right here. You're just going to have to imagine that it's on this graph, but it's a 3-shot up to this 47-meter range. So once again, it does fall short behind most of the battle rifles that are available in the game. And then for the lower torso, let's take a look at the lower torso. So for the lower torso, our new battle rifle has a 3-shot up to 32 meters. So let's find 32 meters. It's right here. So the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 and the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 are still better as far as faster killing guns versus our new Cronen Squall battle rifle. And then last but not least, we have our limb data right here. And pretty much every single battle rifle is in line with each other, of course, with varying ranges here. So for our limbs on the new Cronen Squall, we have a 32-meter range of a 3-shot kill. So let's find 32-meter range. And it's a 3-shot kill. So it doesn't have the longest range. The longest range does belong to the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 Recon right about here. And then the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 762 has a crazy infinite broken range of a 3-shot kill when you're hitting the limbs. So one quick thing that I do want to discuss here is that I am not 100% sure if these stats on this website. So if we were to theoretically think about this, matter of fact, the new battle rifle would actually pretty much give a run for the money for all of these battle rifles because remember, it's a one-shot headshot up to that 29-meter range we're in when we're in semi-auto mode. Okay, so it's a one-shot headshot up to that 29-meter range. So yes, it would definitely be the best one out of all the battle rifles. And then if we're looking at the upper torso, it's a 2-shot up to that 40-meter range, 45-meter range, excuse me. So yeah, it has better range and a 2-shot for the new battle rifle. And then for the lower torso, we do have a 2-shot kill up to that 29-meter range. So let's find 29 meters. So it is in line with the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 and the 𝗧𝗏𝗡. Just has a bit of a shorter range than the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 Recon does, but still it is definitely on par. And then last but not least, the limbs. The limbs are actually on par with the 𝗧𝗏𝗡 762 of that infinite 3-shot kill to the limbs. So yeah, theoretically speaking, if all these stats were semi-auto, then yes, the new battle rifle definitely is a competitor and it is a meta in this category. However, if it's full auto, like I said, I'm not sure if these stats are full auto or not, then it would definitely be one of the lackluster battle rifles. So that's about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did learn something. Let me know down below in the comments if you have enjoyed using the new battle rifle. Also leave a like if you did enjoy the information and found it helpful, and subscribe, turn on noties, and I'll see you guys in the next video.